Hello everyone, and welcome to this first game in the Aspiring Experts Tournament between Nili and CooL. Both these players are highly regarded, I think, in their class. I think CooL might be actually one of the favorites to take this tournament. There was recently a poll showing what the favorites of this tournament was. CooL did not come up that highly. However, I think listening to Nili on his stream, he really highly regarded CooL. And CooL has been a VNS player that's been around for a long time. Played in a lot of Vietnam-related team game tournaments, and Nations Cup, yada yada. Everyone knows Nili. I've casted quite a few games with him. He's been rising over the last year or two, and he's certainly a very formidable player. Was most known for his deathmatch play, and then a lot as a caster, and now he's doing a lot more random at 1 versus 1, a member of Team Heresy. And he's playing as the Italians. His opponent will be playing as the Italians as well. So a mirror matchup. And this is going to be on the map Continental, which is a map we don't see too often. I think this is, Continental. So Continental was a nice mix of water and land. As you can see, there's not a lot of land for these players right exactly where they start. However, it's a very thin island that they can expand out to. They're always connected in the middle by some land, so land aggression is possible, although you can wall this off. But water will be a very formidable, a very important part of the map. Interestingly, Nili has chosen to place his lumber camp very far away, but has chosen to do that because he wants the best saturation possible on it. So he wants to push the lumber camp right in there, and already his villagers are kind of bugging out as they're having to go around the stone mine. Not the best start for Nili. I think I would have preferred to place the lumber camp right there, as the villagers wouldn't have to had to walk so far. And players are going to go with 5 on wood to try to get a dock up nice and early. Now Nili can place a nice dock in this corner, and CooL can place, a nice dock in that corner as well. Both players luring in their boar. We have 4 villagers on wood only for CooL. And it looks like 4 villagers on wood for Nili. So Italians, why are they chosen on this particular map? Well, Italians get their fishing ships cheaper. They're able to advance to the next age up cheaper. So they're able to have a very strong galley rush. Fiery galley or regular galley. And those bonuses can also help on land. So mainly it's because this water is so water dependent that Italians are chosen. They're one of the best water civs out there because of those bonuses. So Nili gonna wall in his dock. Same thing for CooL. They don't want to get their villagers sniped by scouts. That was really nasty when we were watching the Viper versus Doubt, I think in ECL. And at least maybe in 1 or 2 games, the Viper picked off Doubt's villager that was building the dock. And that was really bad for his gameplay. So that's not gonna happen this game. Nili gonna lure in his second boar. I think CooL's luring his second boar as well. He also lured in a deer, which will boost his food income. Hopefully help him advance to the next age sooner. That's a pretty decent boar timing. We'll see which player is able to go up to the next age first. Remember, 425 food only required to go to the next age for the Italians. Yes. Looks like Nili will take either these extra sheep or his own sheep. It looks like they're extra sheep, actually. Go, 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 Nili for president. Everyone's rooting for the streamer, but I think CooL might be a little bit of a better player. But I guess that'll be determined after the series. And look at this. CooL gonna find one of the sheep, and he's gonna send it back. Well, CooL doesn't need the sheep, but you should never give it back to your opponent, unless you want to be super friendly. So that's an interesting one. Two fishing ships out for Nili. 2 fishing ships out for CooL. CooL is going to get Loom. Going to wall off this middle area. Loom's not really necessary. He's going to cancel it. And he's going to go up to the next age. That's a good decision. So CooL with the slightly faster age up. Let's see where Nili is. Nili needs to force drop his food. And he went through that boar very fast. Unusually fast. And Nili's still not up to the next age. I wonder what has slowed down his build so much. He's going to build 2 more villagers. Time for Nili to show all the coaching he got for Hera. Well, Nili might be doing something different. So Nili's got the food to click up. Is he going to do it? I think he's going to go for a fast castle. He's going to play this one migration style. So migration is a map where both players' docks are extremely far away, and therefore it favors fast castle builds. Nili is going to play like that. And indeed, both players' docks are extremely far away. They're on opposite corners of the map. So I'd be interested to see if this is going to work out. One big difference between this map and migration is that the food you can get from the docks is not as good. If you place a dock here, for example, you'll only have access to 2 fish. So Nili hasn't super fish boomed. He's only got a few fishing ships out. And it might be a miscalculation, but then again, he's playing as Italians. So he'll definitely have the gold if he wants to click up to the next stage. The problem is, will he have the food and will he have the wood? I'm not 100% sure. And Nili's also going to lose his scout. Oh, nice to see some chat on, nice to see some chat and some compliments, Top Shot. Thank you. A fast castle. Yeah, it does look like a fast castle. And for those of you just joining us, yes, I know the title is incorrect. I had trouble changing it. This is Nili versus CooL. So 5 fishing ships for Nili. Looks like CooL. Is he going to add a second dock? Doesn't look like it. Yeah, there's a second dock right over there. He's going to go with the galley rush. I think at this point, CooL should suspect that his opponent is going to attempt a fast castle, but will he be able to hit a fast castle? Maybe it's Italians. He's going to build 2 villagers, and I think he'll be able to do it. With any other civ, this would not have worked. So he will need... Oh, he's getting double bid axe too. That's a ballsy move. That's a food upgrade. Let's see. He will need 600 and something food to click up to the next stage. Very accurate, I know. But I think he'll be able to get it. And where's this galley for CooL? It's only halfway there. And Nili also has a few resources to spare to build a fire galley of his own. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna build a smith and a market. And if Nili could pull this off, he should be at an advantage. He doesn't want to lose all of his fishing ships. And Nili's actually going to go to the left, or is he just going to patrol? He's just going to patrol. That's a good move. Alright, Nili, you got to click up now. Your villagers on berries. Gonna have to drop off these the food from these fishing ships. Gonna want to do that sooner than later. Nili with a little idle town center time. Gonna go 1 vill down. Drop off that food. Nili's kind of taking a lot of time here. There we go, Castle Age. Now it's important for Nili to keep these fishing ships up because as you can see here, he doesn't have a lot of food income coming in from 5 berry villagers. He needs the food to get those upgrades for the galleys. And one more bonus for the Italians. All their warship upgrades are 50% off. So that means that war galley upgrade will be 50% off as far as food is concerned, which will make it easier to get that upgrade in. A better reason to go for this fast castle strategy. Nili's going to move over to these 2 fish. That'll supply him enough food for some time. And this looks to be a great strategy from Nili. He's in a good position. He's going to get War Galley. He's going to push out CooL. We're going to build another dock there. Didn't build any fish from this dock. Fishing ship count is 4 to 5, so CooL has had the map control for some time, yet he hasn't added more fish. And CooL's going to be up in still a good time. Nili going to build a few demo rafts. Going to release it. If it can get a hit on 2 or 3, that would be great. That was an okay shot. That's a not so good one. Nice things about demos is they build a little bit faster than the other ones. Well, that's the problem. The scout would have had to come over for CooL, and there was that scout scuffle earlier. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to scout this build. Maybe Nili better prepared for the map? Well, I wouldn't doubt it. He's a very smart player. Very strategic thinker. Certainly the casting helps with that. You get to see things in a bird's eye view. But this isn't such a significant advantage for Nili. Problem is, he's going to push out, and by the time he pushes out, his opponent will also be in the castle edge because CooL managed his economy alright. CooL's actually going to get scale barding armor. Keep an eye on this. This is a terrible fight for CooL to take. And you can see just a little advantage for Nili. He's killed more than he's lost. And there's that stable for CooL. So he's going to come out with a few knights. Nili hasn't actually walled this. What? You absolutely need to wall this map. It's so easy. Why would you not do it? War Galley coming in from CooL. He has very little to defend this left side. We'll see if he can build fast enough. Where are these knights for CooL? Is he building any? Yes, he's building a few knights, and he's even sending 2 villagers forward, probably for a siege workshop. This is going to be a big problem for Nili. Nili went with Market Blacksmith. That means he's not going to be able to defend from this unless he wants to go with a few monks. Oh, and a quick demo raft. Demo ship now. Oh, that's a good one. Gonna kill 2. But Nili's still pushing out. This is gonna be a good hit too. Gonna kill 2 back. And Nili's gonna push in. Who has their fishing ship still working? Looks like Nili has better food income. These 4 fishing ships. Oh, look at all the fish that Nili has. I would say Nili's definitely ahead in this game, but he's got to be very careful about this knight coming in. Now, luckily, Nili has a town center in a very good position here. And mistake from CooL. CooL should have gone to the left where those gold miners were running. Instead, he's going to go to the berries. Not going to find any villagers to kill, but he's going to idle them. And we have an instant monastery from Nili. However, we have a siege workshop coming from CooL. So these knights are kind of paying for themselves and all the economy idling that CooL is able to do. Kind of a lot of wood wasted on those houses. CooL's going to add a town center of his own. Remember, CooL's food economy, though, is not too good. Still don't see too many fishing ships working for CooL. So Nili's definitely won the water game. And CooL's going to lose a knight as well. That's not so good either. There we go. Siege Workshop. Counter Monastery for CooL. He could try to convert back any monks that he loses. Or maybe we see an all-in monk play. The monk might be very good against the fire ships, actually. Let's see who gets this conversion. Yeah. Monk's going to die, but that's a worthy trade. I want both players to win. Well, if you're lucky, perhaps this game will never end. Ooh, this is going to be another expensive loss if CooL loses this knight. Move back. I think the best play with these knights is just to go back and try to heal them up. Nili going to get fletching. Going to switch into war galleys. They'll be much more effective at shutting down this pressure, which is so important for him. Now the key here is this monk. The monk can get conversions on the ships. And it might be worth it to add a second monastery because of that. The economies are dead even. Nili had his town center up a little bit earlier, but it looks like he's had a lot of idle time. And as I mentioned before, I think that these knights should have gone home a little bit earlier. There's that monk trying to convert the ship. Oh, and that monk's actually a little too close to the shoreline. These ships have 7 range, a monk has 9 range. That shouldn't happen. Try to wall that off. That villager that suboptimal pathing really screwed CooL. That villager could have took a sharp turn around the siege workshop and decided not to. That's really gonna screw over CooL. Gonna lose a Mangano, now gonna lose a villager. Some big mistakes from CooL. Losing the knight, losing the monk, now losing a villager and a Mangano. All avoidable losses. Let's see what happens to this knight. This monk. He's got to get away from the shoreline, but at the same time, he wants to convert the knight. Okay, looks like he's safe for now, unless he gets too close to the shoreline again. Now, Bodkin error coming in on these war galleys, so 1 extra range. That'll bump him up to 8, making the margin of error for these monks very small. Oh! One hit, one more hit, and he's down. No, he's good. CooL's got to keep his production up. The monk popped out on the wrong side. That's not CooL's fault, but that's just very unlucky. Look at that rally point. It was all the way over here, and the monk decided to come out over here. So slightly better economy for Nili. Actually, I would say a lot better, because these fishing ships really are giving a lot. CooL's actually got a forward dock from which he's researching gill nets. You should probably research that in the back dock, which would be less useful anyway. But we have 3 town centers from CooL. He's got a lot of farms, which can be a good or a bad thing. I think we're going into a race to see who's going into Imperial Age. And this dock might get shut down immediately. CooL's going to try to defend it a bit. He really wants to get rid of these fishing ships. Let's take a look at the food collected this game. Food collected is actually very even. Now, look at all of CooL's farms. Let's check the other resources. All these farms can spill over to other resources. CooL has had more wood. Certainly way more stone for Nili. So overall, Nili has more resources. But instead of pouring that into food and wood, it looks like he's poured it into stone, which might be partially unintentional. Oh, here's the right one. There we go. Might be partially unintentional because that stone was just easy to take. With all those knights running around. And he's still taking a lot of stone. He'll have enough stone for 2 castles. But you have to ask yourself, is that a worthy... Is that something that's going to be very valuable to you in an Italians war? Probably not. However, that is a very good position on that dock, so that'll protect both these docks. It'll be a good pushing point, and basically it'll ensure that CooL won't want to come past this area. And if Nili wanted to, he could build another on this corner. Or perhaps in the middle of the map. So the map control afforded by these castles is pretty significant, because there's so many choke points on this map. And Nili's actually pushing right into the middle of the map where CooL tried to build another dock. CooL's trying his best to get back on water, but he's falling further and further behind. Especially because Nili has galley. Not just fire galley. So this wood line pretty soon is going to be inaccessible. These farms might be. We talked about how thin this map is. Looks like this villager can prepare forever. CooL going to research fletching. Both players are up into the Imperial Age with a slight lead for Nili. CooL might be thinking about getting into galleys. Certainly this is a very galley-heavy map, as because of these choke points, you're going to want a ranged unit on the water. Nili's figured this out, and I think just a little bit better strategy and execution from Nili the entirety of this game, which is why he's ahead. He even has 2 relics collected. Going to build another castle over here. And that's a good position. You could have built it here, but this one helps cover this waterway as well. And both players' economy is just about even when you take into account the food from the fish. But total map control for Nili. Still, that's not going to stop CooL. He's got 3 docks in this area. Can he build a 4th? I'm not sure. These galleys, of course, will see it. But there we go. Nili advanced to the Imperial Age. Gonna get Bracer. Nili can take a little bit of a good fight. CooL can take a little bit of a good fight there. Gonna kill a monk. Ah, why do I get them confused? Gonna kill a knight and 2 fire ships. 2 regular galleys. CooL gonna go with Shipwright, fast fire ship, and 2-man saw. Shipwright's usually a very expensive upgrade. A very worthwhile upgrade. But with the Italians, it's much cheaper. And interestingly, Nili has not gone for the Shipwright upgrade yet. I wonder if he can afford it. For the Italians, would be 500 food and some amount of wood. I think he can. I think Nili should get that as soon as possible. Basically, it makes you like even stronger than Vikings. You get 35% faster dock production and 25% less wood, I think. Wood costs on ships. Yes, I know the video title is out of date. That's my fault. I'm not able to change it. So a lot of galleys for Nili. And gonna move around. Let's take a look at the military count. 23 to 31. So more military for Nili. He's got those 2 castles up, of course. He's even got a trebuchet there to just obtain more map control. It's nice that Nili's taking control of this gold. As far as land aggression, there still isn't any this game. But if Nili wanted to, he could make Chinui's crossbowmen. There we go. We have Shipwright coming in for Nili. And I think Nili's got good chances to win this game. The only thing that might be going for CooL, he definitely has a better economy now. He's got 20 villagers more. And with an even military count, there are chances that CooL can come back. He's got a lot of fire galleys on the water. One of his problems, though, he doesn't have any regular galleys. He just has fire galleys. And what Nili should do, he should hit and run as much as he can. Should put a few fire galleys in front. And I think he'll be alright. So what is CooL gonna do? How is he gonna get past this castle? Does CooL even know this castle exists? Well, he certainly does now. I think he didn't before, just the way the line of sight goes. And CooL's gotta know he's screwed. How is he gonna get these fire ships out of there? He's gonna have to research cannon galleon. And Nili kinda knows this, as evidenced by him building a few towers on these corners. Very strategic game from Nili. And as well, CooL's going to lose some more fire ships here. Surprise! Another castle for Nili. And this just works so well with the galleons. So the more time that Nili has to mass galleys, the stronger his army would be. CooL shouldn't be able to win this. His island is much larger. Yes. Yes, he's certainly got a lot of the map control. What is CooL gonna do? He needs to research cannon galleon to be able to get out of here. What's happening in the north? So fire ship's still kind of dominating. We have the first castle for CooL. CooL is going to try to trip down this castle. Now it's important that Nili doesn't see this castle. Actually, he sees it right away, and he's going to build trebuchets right away. So this is an uphill battle for CooL. It's going to be 1 trebuchet down at least. I'm going to park those 2 trebuchets there. We're going to see heated shot from CooL. I don't think Nili has made it yet. A very rare upgrade. And we have a back castle for CooL just to make some trebuchets. Not as good a position. But again, Nili already has 2 trebuchets in the area. Nili gonna research cannon galleon. And this is gonna be very hard battle to win. Nili researching heated shot. Never seen a game before, out of all the thousands of games I've casted, or hundreds of games, I don't know how many exactly. Never seen heated shot researched by both players. Just make sure that defensive buildings do tons of damage to ships. CooL has the score lead. He still has a better economy. How is he going to be able to use it? He's going to win this. Have to win this galley battle. Capture him is a good upgrade. So here's something new from CooL. He's going to try to push into the middle of the map. Nili's going to try to lock it down with some guard towers. They'll be very strong. And with the galleons. You're going to have to see something that has to take out the ships. And what that thing is, I have no clue. So successful defense from Nili over here, not surprising. Castle went down for CooL, again, not surprising. That was a bad move to try to set up his castle right there. Now CooL's going to play some guard towers, and we're in a very defensive game. And look at that position. Those look at the position on these trebuchets. Again, another smart move by Nili. He knows his position so well. He can place his trebuchets here and defend with his galleons. And of course, this push never went anywhere for CooL. He's never able to get past the castle and the towers. So all that stone mined from Nili early on, really paying itself off. This trebuchet's trying to attack the trebuchet all the way over here. Or the tower. And elite cannon galleon now being upgraded for Nili probably will be the nail in the coffin. See those castles doing tons of damage. Nili approaching 200 population has evened up the economy difference. There's that first elite cannon galleon out on the field. Firing the slowest cannonballs in the world. A lot of production from Nili. And I think, how is CooL going to come back from this position? I don't know. He's not able to protect his castles. Gonna try to defend against cannon galleons with trebuchets. That usually doesn't work. And I think CooL probably has to know that he's lost his first game. Excellent! Excellent positioning by Nili. Good strategy, nice defense when those knights first came in. With a few monks. Some missed micro from CooL and some unlucky, just unlucky events for CooL in trying to go for this forward push. The monk coming out on the wrong side, the villager walking too far and losing the mangonel. Nili going to be first to research keep. CooL still investing into the cavalry upgrades, but we have yet to see any of those cavalry. Little mismicro from Nili losing 2 bombard cannons to a castle. However, I don't think this castle will be up very much longer. Have at least, looks like 5 elite cannon galleons bombarding the castle. Nili even researching air slits, so that'll be the last of the tower upgrades. Apparently Italians get pretty good towers. Who knew? One thing it might be worth it to try for CooL, if you're in this position, is to try to sneak a transport ship all the way to the bottom and building stables right here in your opponent's base. It would be a long shot because Nili would have to not see it. But it could be a potential way to victory. Very unlikely, but possible. Especially because you're the colored blue and it might blend in with the minimap. Nili's still pushing in a little bit with that water control. Goes to show you how important water control is on this map. And I just don't see the, aside from that one play, trying to go for the galleys, I don't see the way that CooL is going to win. I'm going to have to try to push back over here. I'm going to have to take down all these defenses. Looks like CooL's even having trouble for wood. He's really saturating this wood line. And these cannon galleons are eventually going to kick off these villagers. Where else is CooL going to get wood? CooL has no other place for wood. This area is completely done. Well, he's got the middle a little bit. But even there, Nili is still pushing in. Just needs maybe a tower right there. Sorry, Project Belgium, I can't change the stream title. I have some issues with it. So no raffle today. If you wanted the raffle, you should have came yesterday. My bad. And yeah, CooL's definitely making this game a long one, as he tries to build the lumber camp right there, even though there's a bunch of cannon galleons trying to shoot it down. Oh god. Trebuchet's moving even further and further into the base of Nili. Looks like Nili will invest in cavalry in his own. Probably build some stables here. Build some good resources in this area. Masterful game by Nili. Nili even converting a villager there. Actually, with this villager, he could build some stables. We'll see what happens with that villager. Looks like it's gonna get converted back. Oh, looks like that monk was just healing. Looks like actually Nili wants to lay in this lumber camp. And at this rate, CooL is going to be defeated. I feel like the decline should be much faster now. It's not looking so good. CooL can only hang on for so long. There we go. There's the GG. Maybe CooL forgot to say how to say GG. Good game. Excellent, masterful play from Nili. It was very well played, I agree. Very well played from Nili. And just the strategy was great. Knowing where to place the castles, the towers, going galleon, and then pushing with trebuchets was great. Take a look at the achievements. Interestingly, CooL collected more food, more wood, and stone. But map control is so huge on this map. And here's your timeline. Big change right there as we're heading into feudal age. Alright. So, they should be starting the next game actually very shortly. I think they're about to start the next game already. So please stay tuned for that. I'm sure there's a tournament bracket available. Let me see if I can't find it for you. German the title is old. I was unable to change it. I had some problems with that. So check out next stream if you want the raffle. Oh, my bad. That's Bloody Lovin' I'm responding to. Yeah, no problem. It's unfortunate. I will have to figure that problem out. But we will have the raffle next time. Game is starting actually very shortly. Less than a minute. So I'm going to cut off the music. Welcome everyone that just joined us. We're casting Aspiring Experts. As I mentioned before, the title is incorrect. And I didn't change the score. Let's change it real quick. before the game launches. Nili, 1 point. Good. Okay, there we go. And CooL, 0 points. It's best of 5 in the round of 32. And my name is Nobody. Here we go. Into the second game. Hello everyone, and welcome to the second game in the Aspiring Experts round of 32 matchup between Nili and CooL. We had a surprise, not really that much of a surprise, but a little bit of a surprise victory, considering how much I hyped up CooL. As Nili's going to take the first point, we're playing on the map Bedouins, a map that I'm sure Nili knows very well. He's done this map quite a bit for his King of the Hippo tournament. That was the last game I casted with him, was an all gods matchup on King of the Hippo on this particular map. So we have an Indians versus Mayans matchup. We do have a non-mirror matchup. And the Mayans should be favored in this matchup because the Indians are really good against cavalry, and the Mayans are not a cavalry civilization. They're a very heavy archer civilization. The skirmishers will be pretty good for Nili. They get full upgrades, and the Indian economy is still pretty good, but CooL, I think, with a little bit of a civ advantage, especially because he could build this town center with 4 villagers. One other thing to point out at why the Indians are such a good pick. Well, they're usually such a good pick on this map, is that huge fish bonus. And maybe that bonus might trump everything else, because these fishermen, they collect food 15% faster, and they carry 15 extra fish. So with all these little shorefish around, these shorefish as well have 300 food, as opposed to the normal 200 food. So that bonus might actually be huge. Project Belgium is an expert. But this is a 2K4 and lower tournament. You can still be an expert and participate in this tournament. You just can't be higher than 2K4. So I'm actually very curious to see who collects more food. I'm sure the Indians would, but by how much? Remember, the Mayans have 1 extra villager. They did get the town center up a little bit faster. And because of that, it looks like a villager and a half difference. And just for the time being, let's switch this over to the food collected. This is one of those few times where I find this tab actually very useful. So far we have quite a bit of an advantage for CooL. Looks like he's collected 50 more food, but Nili is catching up very fast. Oh, it's like a race. 70 more food collected for CooL, and I bet Nili will catch up once again. Nili going over to wood, so he can probably build some more mills. And players are scouting with their sheep. No point in killing them off yet and collecting their food. Better to scout with them. And I think this was... I'm just guessing this is where the villager started for Nili, not where he lost his sheep. If you lose your sheep, that means you found your opponent. And it looks like Nili's about to find his opponent right now. So this is what you see if you're Nili. There you go. You lose the sheep. That means your opponent's in this area. Taking a look back at the food count, still pretty even, surprisingly. So we had 70 food difference when we started, and we still have a 70 food difference. Remember, CooL is up a villager and a half. And I'm surprised this difference isn't more, considering the Indians' fishing bonus, but maybe it'll grow larger over the course of the game, as that 1 villager bonus won't seem like as much. The CooL scouting around his map. Let's go over to his point of view. About to click up to the next age. Check the fog of war. Great scouting from CooL. Look at that. It's like a spider. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like a spider with 5 limbs on each side. And it looks like CooL probably has found his opponent over here. Yes, he has. So CooL clicking up to the fuel age faster. Nili clicking up right about now. And still a little bit of a food advantage for CooL, so I'm very surprised by this. I'm very surprised by how good the mines are doing, as far as their economy is concerned, on a map that heavily favors shorefish. I think this goes to show the power of the mines. We're going to place a barracks. Probably will go into archers. I don't think he'll go into eagle warriors. And players still have a lot of food to work. But not a lot of wood for CooL. Right, not taking too much wood. You need more wood if you want to drop down archery ranges. And in fact, CooL is actually going to go with militia. And might even go with towers. He knows where his opponent is at. Let's see where this first tower is going to go. And I'm looking at CooL's stone. I don't see any stone being used quite yet. Did CooL's stone just drop from 200 to 195? Oh, it's an outpost. Oh, God. I was so confused for a sec. I thought it was hacking. I thought that was a tower. Great outpost. Look at how much line of sight he'll get with that. Look at that outpost. Such a great one. Yeah, he's going to place the tower right there. Men-at-Arms being upgraded. This has surprised Nili. Nili's going to go with the stable right away. And interestingly, the spearman is... Oh, it's going to get walled out. That's so important. Actually, it's not walled out. Oh, boy. Nili's going to try to build this tower with 4 villagers. Spearman's going to go down. This tower might get denied. And it will get denied. However, this is such a smart play from CooL. CooL has not tried to finish this tower. Instead, he's going to let Nili build that whole tower. And now Nili cannot build any more towers. I think that... So what you should do, if you're Nili, you should keep building the tower until you see your opponent has abandoned his tower. And then you should just leave the foundation there until you need the stone later. So now we're going to see a tower from CooL here. And these villagers might be trapped. Are they able to get out over the other side? Yes, they are. They're going to escape. Actually, that was the wrong palisade to delete. Why was that palisade deleted? Oh, God. Alright, now this one's going to try to escape. I think they should be able to get back to the town center. But this is a big disruption in CooL's food economy. Taking a look at the food economy. Nili still has a bit more, but I think that's going to change in just a second. As we have all these idle fishermen from Nili. Oh, hopefully this Man-at-Arms doesn't run into the town center. We've seen this a few times from CooL. This microing his units. That's a dead Man-at-Arms. But it's also a dead sheep. And he got out of there with 5 HP. Nili researching bloodlines. Was he able to make a lot of scouts? Yes, he was. CooL walling off there. And we can see CooL coming back in the food count. Now CooL is going to have more food once again. And Nili's behind by 3 villagers. Another tower coming up from CooL. It's a good one. It's going to take away a lot of that wood. However, you can't really wall it all the way up unless the Men-at-Arms take out this house, which it looks like they will. It'd be very important for CooL to wall that up. Be a big mistake if he didn't. Another villager going down for Nili. This game might be for CooL. Nili has this one lumber camp. It's very inefficient. Look at all these villagers bumping into each other. CooL's gonna try to wall it up. That's really some terrible walling. That wall does not protect anything at all. That's... What is this wall? He's not even gonna kill the house. The house can be deleted later by Nili. What are you thinking, CooL? That tower is not walled in just because it's got these 2 houses of Nili next to it. Not a great move from CooL. Nili's still looking for some villagers to kill. By the look at the village count, looks like he hasn't found any. First archer range up from CooL. And we have a few archers out for Nili, that's good. So he's going to force away those villagers from the mining camp. The archer range out for CooL. We'll be going skirmishers and spearmen. Now that's not a great combination. Nili has a better combination in archers and scouts. And that's a very good tower from CooL. It's going to take away a lot of that gold. Maybe even, I don't want to say all the gold, but maybe all the gold with fletching. For the time being, it looks like the tower's distracted. So CooL with a slight advantage. He needs to build his military count up. He probably needs to get back to gold. And there are some potentials for mistakes from CooL. For example, Nili could take out this tower with villagers, could take out this tower with villagers. However, these men-at-arms will get yet another villager kill, most likely. Oh, or not. We have a few archers coming around. I think they could get... That villager's gonna get stuck. Oh, very lucky pathing there. Villager surprisingly didn't get stuck. CooL not having a lot of map control, actually. These villagers, very vulnerable in stone. These villagers on the fish, not able to go to any other pond. Big crazy fight here. Up in Nili's base. Both players with fletching. And Nili's going to try to fight this. Most of these units are skirmishers. The last of the infantry going down. CooL actually going to build another men-at-arms, which is very good because that's the only thing that's going to be able to handle the villagers. And actually, this could be a big mistake from Nili. You can kill the archers. Men-at-arms going to do some work. All the archers are down. And that men-at-arms going to try to go to work. That villager's going to go down. This villager's very low. What's going on back here? Very messy game all of a sudden. Looks like a lot of these villagers went down from CooL. Yet CooL is still up 6 villagers. This villager might die. Hopefully he'll return his fish. Do you try to get to the tower or do you try to top off the 10 fish? Nah, he's going to try to go to the tower and he's going to fall. These 3 towers still up. Cool. Nili going to try to drop a tower here to help secure some gold. Not able to take any of this gold as the second tower is completely denied it. And another good tower, but it'll help secure this wood line. It's an okay tower. Most of that fish is run dry. And Nili's going to call it GG right there. Just look at the food income of CooL. Got 2 mills over there. That's an okay wood and gold economy. Meanwhile, Nili, almost no food left at all. So I think that's probably the big difference in this game. With so much food that CooL has collected, be up to the Castle Age much sooner. And a quick second game from CooL. Take a look at the achievements. Oh, options. Even kills and deaths. But here's the big one. Food collected. More from CooL. Stayed even with the Indians in Dark Age. And then propelled ahead once he had so much idle time from Nili. Here's your timeline. Alright, so very shortly we'll be heading into Game 3. This is a best of 5, so first to 3 wins. Score currently is 1-1. And we'll be back in a few minutes with the third game. Stay tuned. And a second too late. Let me hop out just to turn off the music. Here we go. Sorry about all that noise. Hello everyone and welcome to the third game in this best of 5 series between Nili and CooL in the round of 32 of the Aspiring Experts Tournament. So we have a very even matchup, and we're playing on the map Houseboat, which is a very interesting one. So both players have their own little pond right there. Tons of fish in it. On the outside you also have shorefish, little berries. Use sheep. Looks like Nili's going to try to lane these sheep right away. Little golds and little stone. So we'll have to see if players are going to try to go for a fast castle or they're going to go for a feudal age rush. Which resources they're going to try to protect. Nili's got a lot of resources in the back there. I really like that. Meanwhile, CooL has some in this corner on the left. A little bit on the corner on the right. Probably will go more towards this left corner. And yes, you can transport sheep in the transport ships. The player's going to get their economies up and rolling on their main island and then eventually transport over. Takes a lot of focus. Both players have chosen the Japanese. And the Japanese will have fishing ships that collect much faster, cheaper mining camp, lumber camp, and mills. So very good early game civilization. Let's see who's going to win the scout fight. Both players with, looks like actually CooL will lose the scout fight, so he's going to have to move back. And CooL probably going to place his first lumber camp of the game. You have a few of these trees on this mangrove shallows. However, they won't last you very long. They're going to have to place your trees somewhere over here. And what can we see out of a Japanese war? We'll probably see a lot of archers. We could see knights in the Castle Age, or monks. But I think the main mainstay of the Japanese army will probably be archers, and maybe because of that, some skirmishers. CooL gonna transport his scout back to his homeland, so he's nice and safe, I guess. Actually, where is that scout? Hey, there it is. So with significantly less HP, Nili's gonna try to steal these sheep. And Nili's gonna build the first dock of the game. Where's that? There it is, in the back. CooL building his dock as well. Try to get some fishing ships out. CooL can make his way over to the left side. Interestingly, Nili has placed a forward mill. So the nice thing about the mills with the Japanese, they are cheaper, and you can get those shorefish easier because of that. And it's nice, also, Nili has his dock and his mill in different places. So that way, his fishing ships won't have to try to get that shorefish. And another dock for Nili, because why not? They're cheaper. CooL with only one dock, again, opposite of the... one mill opposite of the dock. And that's a nice mill, because it takes 2 shorefish. We're going to try to wall it here. I think you might have to wall with the dock. So that's the only area that you'd be able to wall with. The players, I assume, probably will be thinking about a fast feudal. But not 100% sure. Good lumber camp position, in my opinion. So CooL's definitely thinking about the walls a little bit earlier, I think. Don't see any quite yet from Nili. Hello, Mega Ultra Awesome. Welcome to the stream. CooL gonna research Loom. It's usually a sign that you're going to advance to the next age. He's pretty close, 314 food. Need a little more. And he's going to completely wall off this left side. And there we go, going to wall that off. So that left side's completely walled. Right side's still open. Nili still with no walls. We have CooL having enough food to go to the next stage, and they're up to the next stage in almost identical times. So both players will probably go for a fast feudal. Nili going to go over to gold right away. What I assume for archers. And so is CooL. Again, another nice drop site position. Able to take both gold mines. And I guess you could say the same from Nili. Although that's a little lucky. Both players up to the next stage. What will they do? Can they go for fast castles? Doesn't look like it. Those Japanese fishing ships, sure they work very fast, but I don't think it'll be enough. I'd be interested to see if we see fish traps and gill nets later on in the game, as those fishing ships will actually be more efficient than farmers. And we have a sneak dock from Nili. Do we have a sneak dock from CooL? Yes, we do. Sneak docks from both players. So both players are going to try to contest their opponent's water. So far, I think these walls have been pretty useless for CooL. You don't want to wall if you don't have to. And there we go. So CooL going to build that fire galley. Hasn't built one yet from here. So he's going to focus on the defense before he focuses on offense, and that makes a lot of sense. The town centers, interestingly, are a very big barrier to aggression. And honestly, I might just focus on defense. I don't know how good aggression can be on this kind of map. course, if you take out the transport ship, that's a big deal. At Palisade, 17 HP only. 11 HP. The village is going to go to the wrong one, and... Oh, I was about to say, more bad luck for CooL. But she will repair it in time. CooL finally building his fire galley. Looks like Nili already has one. 2 docks for Nili. And now 2 docks in defense from CooL. Did Nili go with demos first, or... Yeah, he's actually got an early demo out already. Again, if he could take out the transport ship, that's a very big deal. First fire galley out. Is it going to go for the transport ship? I'm going to try to go for some of these. Actually, it's just going to run around and not going to do a whole lot. So far, CooL winning over here. Remember the Japanese fishing ships with extra armor and HP? So they're really hard to take out. This villager going to release himself. And going to try to repair this fire galley. Most likely. Repair! And it looks like Nili's probably going to do the same. And there's actually no villagers to garrison in the town center, which is kind of funny. Few villagers to garrison for CooL, and CooL's going to take a very favorable engagement down here. KD's 3-2. Extremely early wheelbarrow from CooL. I don't think that's worth it at all. Must have a bunch of idols there in the middle. CooL loses... No, he's still got his transport ship. And looks like someone's not paying attention. I'm gonna try to take that out. Galley's just gonna move in under the town center now. This galley can get repaired. It's on 6 HP, 5 HP. And actually gonna take it out. Sadly, there's no classic Arabia being played. Yes, that is true. There is a double Arabia, but no classic Arabia. I would like to see some Arabia as well. I missed it a little. That's a pretty poor demo. That's a pretty good demo. That's a good demo. That's a good demo. It helps even things out on the water, but I don't think either of the aggressive players will be successful at doing any major damage. No, I would like to see just more defensive play from both players. I think that's the better option. Save wood on building the dock. The aggressive dock. First barracks going to come up from CooL. No such thing for Nili. Nili's walled up the north side. And going to try to go for that transport ship. Will he be able to get it? Only if Nili's not paying attention. That transport ship goes down really fast. And there we go. That will be some idle time from these villagers being built from Nili. Nili will have to build another transport ship. And actually, though, if CooL keeps the aggression on, the galley numbers are pretty even. It's 2-2. GG. What the hell? GG from Nili. Apparently killing that transport ship was everything. What is the villager count? Villager count's even. CooL's actually up to the next age. And Nili is nowhere near it. Nili's got 1,000 wood in the bank. So Nili mismanaged his economy very badly. Way too much wood, not enough food. And I guess losing that transport ship was the last straw there. As he's going to have a hard time rebuilding it because CooL's going to continue to build galleys. Alright, very abrupt end to that game. Yeah, I'm missing Arabia a little bit, I gotta say. Alright, next game will be starting shortly. We have 2-1. Yeah, like what? This game can be over very quickly if you mismanage your economy very badly. Anyone who plays Age of Empires knows this. That was some very bad management from Nili. The 3 minutes and we end the next game. Day 2. Damn, too slow again. Let me turn off the music. All right, there we go. We're in the game. All right, hello everyone, and welcome to what could be the last game in this match between Nili and CooL. We have 2 points for CooL, 1 point for Nili. And it's going to be double Arabia. This is the map I'm most excited about. And it's a double Huns war. So back in the Age of Conquerors days, when we had double Huns wars, double Arabia, I think it was for like, I don't know, it was for like a 2012 tournament. I can't remember the name exactly. I just casted a series where it had double Arabia. But basically Huns were chosen every time. This is Rise of Rajas, and still Huns are being chosen. It might be just the default pick, and players haven't thought of another civ. Honestly, I would think the Indians could be very strong on this setting, saving a lot of food on villagers very early on, and getting, of course, those very strong camels. I don't know why players haven't chosen the Indians quite yet, and maybe there might be some other civilizations as well that can be very strong in these settings, like maybe the Franks. So I wish we see a little more civ variety so far, but we will have a double Huns war. Basically, there's two ways of playing this. You can either go for a fast feudal and go for scouts early on, which can be very effective, or you can go for the fast castle, which is more common, and go for knights or cavalry archers. Cavalry archers is definitely more defensive. You have to mass up your cavalry archers and withstand the night rush early on. Knights will do more damage early, but will be worse as the game goes on. And that's how you play double Arabia. Let's take a look at the players' maps. CooL, forward gold here. See if they can wall it. Can wall here, here, here. If you can, you want to kind of create a mini base so you have less spaces to worry about. And this is a lot more open on CooL's northern map. It's going to be very hard to wall here. Hard to take that gold. Look at how open this one is. So maybe CooL's going to place this open up here. Nili. Well, here. This is very open. Forward gold. Nili could wall here, here, and here. So both players could potentially wall their bottom maps. And their northern maps would probably stay open. It would be harder to wall. Alright, both players going to lower the board. Looks like maybe a full villager lead for CooL. It is hard to keep your town centers both running. It's a very difficult set of settings. CooL looks like he'll be stealing maybe 4 sheep from his opponent. No sheep down here for Nili. Nili only 2 sheep up there. Look at how many sheep CooL has. These villagers are idle for a second. They're gonna go create a lumber camp. So already slight advantage for CooL by stealing those sheep. It looks like Nili hasn't found these sheep. And this villager for CooL gonna wall things off already. Is he gonna see this bottom part? Oh, I don't know. Where are you going, CooL? Gonna go straight to that cliff. Let's check CooL's point of view. Might assume that this is fully walled. I hope he doesn't. And CooL only scouting his own map. Hasn't found his opponent yet. A little bit of idle time for CooL. Nili gonna wall up in the bottom side. Completely expected. CooL! A lot of idle time. A lot of idle time on that villager. You know what? Nili has 14 idols. Oh gosh. Gonna sort a lot of those out. Now he has 0. Come on, CooL. Fix that villager. So neither player clicking up quite yet. Both players already on 40 villagers. Last map is Salt Marsh, which is a good one. I think Salt Marsh will be a very entertaining map. So Nili actually going to wall up a little forward there, and that'll help protect this base as well. Nili's going to be the first to click up to the feudal age. You want to click up sooner rather than later, I think. And CooL having a hard time for food. I think that's the second boar, so finally going to lure in the second boar. This village is finally going to wall up. It's still open down there. I'm 100% sure of it. And Nili could have a significant advantage if he's able to pull this off. Nili currently with almost no food in the bank. This scout getting through, however, it might get destroyed by these 2 scouts of Nili. And yeah, he's going to go down. And actually, Nili hasn't found a lot of his opponent either, which is very surprising. I would expect players would have found their opponents by now. So there we go. Nili with 500 food in the bank. I have no clue what CooL is doing with this fight. He knows he's got to lose this fight, and now he's going to lose both scouts, and Nili's going to have both scouts alive. And maybe that scout was walled in. I guess that's what happened. But this is a nice advantage. These scouts can be very annoying and even kill villagers. And that'll be very bad because CooL's taking this mill and taking these deer up there. Stable for CooL. Nili has not yet clicked up. He's having trouble. Should have clicked up already. But he's got some nice walls up, and that'll help a lot. Especially if he's going to go against knights. So let's see that uptime. There's the stable. There's the blacksmith. Nili going to click up now. How far away is CooL? CooL's got the resources. He needs the buildings. It's actually being delayed by this scout of Nili. The other scout dying. But it did pick off a villager. And this is great. This is delaying that blacksmith by so much. And I think Nili knows this. Gonna lose the scout. Some stone walls from CooL. Blacksmith is up, and CooL should be up to the next age. There he is. So, a significant uptime advantage for Nili. Gonna add a second stable. If he could get in, he could do some massive damage. CooL is stonewalling behind every bit of wall he has. I think it's a great option. However, CooL is completely open in the north. And if you're going to stonewall most of your map, you should at least stonewall all of your map. Alright, so let's see if Nili can do some damage with this early aggression. 3 stables already for Nili. Unstables, of course, build 20% faster. And so far, only 2 stables from CooL. And he's got a palisade wall in the north. Why? Are you out of stone? No, you still have some stone left. There we go. Nili up to the next stage. And a monastery right away for Nili. Gonna go heavy onto gold. Here the knights come. They're probably just gonna run right past the town center. Honestly. What are you thinking if you're CooL? How is this a good defense? Okay, so yeah, they're gonna run past the town center. They're gonna take a few arrow shots. Almost did 0 damage. And now this villager could get killed. And 3 more knights running in. What is this wall? Look how close CooL was to finishing off this wall. All this investment to these stone walls at the sides, and yet couldn't finish off that little bit of wall. 3 knights running in. They'll get far away from these spearmen with the extra speed, or they can take the fight. Either one. They're going to take the fight. And now CooL having to build a panic monastery in the south. This might be a game for Nili. CooL with double monastery back at his own base. More knights coming in from Nili. It's still not well. Put a palisade gate there or something. And now CooL's already going into pikemen. Oh my god. Let's see if a conversion can turn things around. They're going to build another barracks to defend down there. This is such a bad start for CooL. Oh, man. Any extra town centers for Nili? Nili's going to build another one in the back. He's already got one there, so it's 4 town centers for Nili. Might get lucky and kill that villager. Nah, he's not even going to get lucky. Try to kill the monk. The CooL did clean up those knights that went south. AD is 12 to 8 in favor of Nili. Please wall that up. Why don't you wall that up? Both players with even upgrades. The economy should be much better from Nili in the coming minutes, as he's got the extra 2 town centers. Don't think CooL has extra town centers. And he's still building pikemen. So this early rush from Nili, very effective, I think. We're gonna kill these villagers that were still taking deer over there. What were they thinking? And now could even see a conversion from Nili. Could see 2 conversions from Nili. 1 conversion done. 2nd conversion done. Oh, I think we might be heading to the 4th game into Saltmarsh. I think Nili could absolutely take this fight. He'll lose a lot of HP on his knights, but he could just heal them up. Oh, I think it'd be worth it to take that fight. That knight killing the monk before a conversion was done. Just take the fight and then heal up. Yeah, there we go. Not losing a single knight. Now can heal them. Well, CooL at this point has a lot of pikeman numbers. Gonna add an archer range as well. So probably will go pikemen, cavalry archers. Still no big economy advantage yet for Nili. He's only up by 4 villagers. Just a little surprising. He should be up by a lot more. Okay, now up by 6 villagers. Squires being done. So Nili will have to have a counter to the pikemen. He should probably transition to cavalry archers, which he's doing. CooL doing well. I wouldn't say he's doing well. I wouldn't say that at all. But he has defended enough to still be in this game. Now Nili with the 10 villager advantage. Still not that huge. Nili with 2 relics. Gonna grab a third. Now that's pretty big. A 10 villager advantage plus 3 relics. Now it's up to a 12 villager advantage. Getting a lot of idols for CooL. Gonna build a university. Probably will transition to cavalry archers on his own. Gonna build 2 more archery ranges. Ring for Nili. Defensive upgrade. And Imperial Age for Nili. CooL can click up to the Imperial Age as well. Looks like Nili's going to be going full into Cavalry Archers, which is the best option. CooL, you can click up. There we go. So Nili with a little bit faster uptime. No Cavalry Archers made yet from CooL. Nili with a very late bowsaw. He is up by about 15 villagers. So almost fully boomed. And CooL gonna add his first extra town center of the game for a third. And both players gonna be messing up Cavalry Archers. Still a bigger army from Nili. Certainly a better army. Considering these pikemen are not worth too much. And Nili could even get a decent raid on all these villagers building these 2 gates. Oh, but don't let that gate close. Alright, the gate's closed, and actually these knights could be trapped. The pikemen should be trying to trap the knights in. Instead they're going after the cavalry archers. So let's see if these knights from Nili can do any damage. They're kind of trapped. Pikemen are going to kill a few monks. Now we have knights running in. Is it going to be another disaster? Yeah, it looks like it's going to be another disaster as these knights get in. Been a wall with a diagonal gate. That never works. And Nili's up to the next stage. We have 5 monks out in the open. CooL gonna lose them all. Oh, what a momentum killer for CooL. Gonna have to run back these villagers. Now Nili has a 40 villager advantage. As he's gonna kill even more villagers on this wood line, force these villagers to run back. I think this is the game for Nili. Heavy cavalry archer being done from Nili. And I think this is gonna head to the final game. Nili's just too far ahead. His economy way better. CooL only on 67 villagers only. With a lot of his economy idle. Nili's getting all the upgrades. All he needs is a few rams to end this game. CooL going to try to build a defensive castle. You better build that thing fast. As here comes the cavalry archers for Nili. Just missing chemistry. With that Prothean Tactics upgrade, they should be able to melt the pikemen. Here's the first few rams from Nili. And I think what Nili should be doing as well is try to push from this side as well with a few rams. But the big upgrade Nili's thinking about is probably going to be the siege ram upgrade as soon as he can afford it. It's 1,000 food. Here's the cap ram upgrade. Just every advantage in this game for Nili. He had such a great night rush in that early game. CooL, not walling up his entire map, going up to the next stage later, and that's it. This map is very unforgiving. It's double Arabia. We're heading to the final game at Saltmarsh. Yes. And here we are, Nili 2-2, tying what... So I said to Nili when I was with him, I thought he was a favorite in the tournament. he was modest and said, I don't think so. He thought that CooL was the favorite in the tournament. And what a personal accomplishment it will be for Nili to beat what he thought was the favorite in the tournament. Certainly a big confidence booster. Alright, last game will be starting very shortly. It'll be Saltmarsh. Alright, at this time, I'd like to do a shout out for Demise Red's Arena Cup. That's going to be today in exactly 2 hours from now on Demise Red's channel. The former streamer on Buble Fisher who casted with us last night. And that'll be on his channel. I can link on the bottom. That'll be his own Arena Cup. First game will be Tim versus Backed. Again, in 2 hours from now. And it'll be for a substantial price. I think it might have been like $500. I'm not 100% sure. I think it was $100. Something between those amounts. I'll link to the channel right now. The next game will be starting in 30 seconds. And 40 seconds left. Hope everyone's enjoying the stream today. Here we go. Hello everyone, and welcome to this last game in this best of 5 between CooL and Nili. And we're on the map Saltmarsh. We haven't seen Saltmarsh in forever. Saltmarsh is a map that was hated by experts in Age of Conquerors days, but then was fixed in the expansions with the Forgotten Empires. And now we have new Saltmarsh. We haven't seen too much up from it. Old Saltmarsh was terrible because sometimes there would be fish on one side of the map and be very unfair. That's completely fixed with this one, as there are no fish anymore. And it's kind of like a bit of a Ghost Lake map with some unbuildable terrain in the middle. But it is a good map. I think we should see it a little bit more. I'm glad to see it for this tournament quite a bit. And yeah, we'll have a Malay versus Celts war. Interesting matchup. Little scout scuffle already. Nili, for the second time this series, at least, is going to try to lame his opponent. Going to find one sheep, so might be a little successful in that. However, we'll lose a little more HP on his scout. So Malay versus Celts war. Celts is a strong civilization in a lot of settings. Their men-at-arms move faster. All their infantry move faster. And their woodcutters get wood 15% faster, which is their biggest bonus. They have some great siege as well. So very good civilization. All of those bonuses are good general bonuses. I don't see it being particularly good on Saltmarsh. It's a generally good civ. Nili, playing as the Malay, will be able to age up to the next age faster. It's a very good bonus. And that it's also kind of doubles as an economy bonus, depending on how you play it, because you can have 2 more villagers than your opponent at each age. And aside from that, their militias, their militia line will cost no gold once their unique tech is researched. They have a very different tech tree, certainly, than the Celts. And maybe we'll see some harbors later on. Maybe that's why Malay was picked, was for their late game harbors, placing them at the shallow part. And I think Nili's a very strategic thinker. I think he's probably thought that through. And might be wanting to get to that late game. So against the Celts, how would the army compositions look? You could see perhaps the goldless two-handed swordsman, or the Karambit warrior versus maybe Woad Raider. Woad Raider would, of course, be of a much higher quality and much faster than the two-handed swordsman. But the two-handed swordsman would take good engagements because they're a lot cheaper. But that would be an interesting dynamic. There is only one deep fish on this map, aside from the 2 on the bottom, which I can see on the mini-map. Actually, 1 on the bottom. A relic. I wonder if CooL's going to go for a dock for that one deep fish. Go over his point of view. Got enough wood for it. Gonna build a house first. Is it worth it to dock for... I mean, a dock is 175 wood. You put in 175 wood, you spend 50... You spend 75 on a fishing ship. Is it worth it to get 225 food? I don't think so. And CooL is gonna go back. CooL doesn't even see that deep fish. So what is that villager doing down there? I don't know. That's interesting. Looks like we have a 1 villager advantage for CooL. Actually, a little more than 1 villager. What is Nili doing? It's some idle town center time. And this is the last game. This is an important one. If you lose this, that's it. There's no losers bracket. Both players getting ready to click up to the feudal age. We'll see feudal rushes, most likely. No walls. Oh, just as I say that, CooL is walling up a little bit. Probably won't be a fast castle, though. Interestingly, no Dark Age or Militia Rush from CooL. I think the Celts Militia Rush is probably the strongest in the game. So it's interesting not to see that. CooL will wall there. We'll wall there. Here. 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 We'll take some investment. So many on berries, I wonder if CooL is actually going to go for a fast castle. I think he will. Going to use a lot of villagers to wall. Yeah, we'll definitely see a fast castle. Nili, no militia. Are we? No, it's 23 villagers. You can't see a fast castle from 23 villagers. Just going to be a fast feudal. And Nili's going to click up, but he's got that Malay bonus. So both players click up at the same time, although Nili has an extra villager. Do we have Loom? Yeah. So Nili just has an extra villager. I don't know what's going on with that at all. Must have been some idle time from CooL. That's why he had so many villagers on berries, I guess. Nili's actually going to trap his scout. That scout's dead. If CooL turns around. And if this villager was in the north. So CooL should definitely try to kill that scout. It looks like he hasn't even seen it. And Nili's going to get to the feudal age. He could actually do some damage now that the scout has an extra 2 attack for the feudal age. And he's going to try to go for that villager. Actually, he's not going to get it. Too much hesitancy from Nili. And that's going to be a dead scout. I have a few militia moving out across the map for Nili. Nili's got a good scouting report on CooL, I think. So he knows his opponent hasn't made men-at-arms. And Nili going to get even more scouting. Can see an archer range up for CooL. Can see an empty barracks. See the walls. Let's see if Nili's going to be able to actually get in with these militia. He's going to force the villager back for some idle time. CooL is kind of on very high alert as he's built this outpost. So for now, we'll build up there. CooL will probably come out with an archer and a few skirmishers. Nili with an archer range of his own. Probably will go for a few archers. 2 villager advantage for Nili, as expected by the melee bonus. We're going to wall up a little more. Still no walls from Nili. No big walls anyway. And this looks very similar to Ghost Lake, except maybe a little bit harder to wall. Oh, this is a nice map. I've said before. So both players with about 3 or 4 on gold, which means we'll see a mix of archers and skirmishers. Nili with a late double bit axe, and CooL with a late horse collar. That villager stuck repairing, which is not good. I like this move. I see this a lot. See this a little more often from players. Instead of bringing the archers here to defend, the archer's going to come around so they can do some more damage. Don't lose the scout. And don't lose the archers! Why did they go that way? And these are... No, these are Malay men-at-arms. They're not Celts men-at-arms. Oh, gonna lose the scout! Don't lose the scout! Oh, so close. Losing way too much HP. Now Nili's gonna come over with these skirmishers. The skirmishers could actually kill the scout. And there it goes. Nili with a little bit of good momentum so far in this early game. So he's got the skirmishers to counter the archers. Looks like he went with a skirmisher opener, which leaves Nili with way too much gold. So good and bad there. Fletching coming in from CooL. It definitely means he can contest these skirmishers. Yes, it does seem like a good game, Maelstrom. So far. Taking a look at CooL's economy. A lot on gold. Probably will be adding more archers now that he's got enough skirmishers in his mix. A lot more army for CooL. He's doubled the military of Nili. Some kind of suboptimal play from both players. See some problems with their macro management. Nili's got enough. He's going to kill 2 archers immediately, which is great. Katie's 3 to 4. So Nili's evening it up. Still 2 more villagers for Nili. Military count just evened up right now. A very close game. And we might see a very skirmisher-heavy play. Both these civilizations don't get bloodlines on their scouts, so why not build a bunch of skirmishers? And that house still baffles me from earlier on in the game. What was the point of that? So to adjust your economy, if you're going to be building a lot of skirmishers, which it looks like Nili's still going to be making archers, make sure to move villagers away from gold. So Nili's got a perfect balance on gold. He's got 6 villagers on gold with a surplus. Meanwhile, take a look at CooL. CooL is actually not building anything. Not good. With 5 villagers on gold. Gonna get lucky and kill a vill. Wow. Welcome, Sarah. Welcome to the channel. Looks like someone's rooting for Nili. And Nili, in turn, going to pick off 2 more archers. And CooL needs to go back. CooL, are you making military now? Gonna make a few archers. Nili has the military count. Gonna research wheelbarrow. Nili also has a significant economy lead. He's up by really 4 or 5 villagers once you take wheelbarrow into account. Market for CooL. CooL will click up to the next stage very shortly. And so will Nili. Nili will actually be up sooner because of that melee bonus. So Nili's looking at a good spot this game, especially if he kills some more of the army for CooL. Which he will in this engagement. So in my opinion, will the underdog win? Will Nili win this matchup? Castle Age coming in. That'll be a quick Castle Age. And first stock of the game for Nili. I think it might be a little early for that. Maybe he wants to go for a demo. One demo could make everything worth it. Nili actually could lose his army. His army is kind of stuck in there. There's the army of CooL. Go to cut him off. Gonna lose 2 archers right away. And now Nili gonna lose his whole army because he overcommitted just a little bit towards trying to kill some of these farmers. What a big loss for Nili. Wow. Nili went from being 10 ahead in military to 5 behind. But he's still in an okay position. This more or less evens up the game. Will Nili be able to make it back with his demo? The demo has to go the long way around because of the shallows. So if CooL's paying attention, then he should be fine. But if he's not, oh boy, oh man, is anyone paying attention? Oh, unlucky. Wow. CooL gonna kill that demo. That was a close one. CooL gonna be up to the next stage. Nili's already got the upgrades in. Nili's still with a slight economy lead. Actually gonna transition to either knights or elephants. I always like elephants with melee over knights. Especially where the mobility won't be a huge factor on this map. I think it's better just go elephants and try to storm your way through. Then again, this is kind of the Celts. The Celts have good pikemen. But Nili has the crossbows already. So will we see knights or elephants? We're going to see a few elephants from Nili. They're about just as expensive as knights. Alright, so both players even on upgrades. CooL is going to go with the Siege Workshop from behind. We could see successful defense from CooL, just standing behind walls and having a Siege Workshop. Maybe building a town center in the back. Any town centers for Nili? No, not quite yet. Got a big investment into elephants. Nili going to get the husbandry right away. And 3 town centers from CooL. CooL's going to play this a defensive style game. Sit behind with mangonels, try to defend. Keep his army behind walls. And use that Celt's economy to get himself into a better position. Nili's going to build his own town center right behind there. We'll even get in the heavy plow upgrade. So he's going to try to take this game to late game. We'll see if he's successful. Certainly Nili's army is a lot stronger, but will he be able to do the damage? We have some stone walls there in the back, that's good. But of course see even more walling like that. If needed. There's the demo ship. There's the army of CooL. CooL's army, it looks like it will escape from the deadly shallows. And this is a weak spot in the wall. Looks like the mangonel's not in a good position. I don't want that mangonel anywhere near those shallows. Alright, let's see if this mangonel can hit a good shot. Of course, the Celt Siege built 20% faster. Fire, 25% faster. Let's see if he can get a big hit. No. And these villagers are here to repair. So now CooL with a 5 villager advantage. Mangonel going to move its way to the north side. Gonna miss that shot. Elephant's gonna move south. Nili's trying every angle that he can attack from. Gonna send a few elephants to the north as well. This is idling a lot of villagers. Might be worth it just to put some stonewall back there. And that's an okay engagement. CooL's gonna transition a little bit into pikemen. I don't know how many he'll make. Not quite yet. Gonna add a monk. This could be a solid defense if these walls hold up. Now a 10 villager advantage for CooL. He's got a mangonel stationed in the north. This villager's gonna build some stone wall behind. A lot of army coming from Nili. Nili only on 3 town centers. But he's 10 villagers down. Oh, I missed it! I missed it! A double mangonel shot onto all those crossbows. Oh, man. Oh, my gosh. What a game changer. And a conversion onto the elephant as well. Oh, man. So with that, CooL is in the lead. He's 10 villagers ahead. His army is pretty comparable to Nili now that he's lost all those crossbows. This game is definitely going to go to late game. I guess the question for Nili is his civilization and the way he plays it going to be enough in the late game? Malay versus Celts. One nice thing for Nili, though, he's still got water control. That might be huge in this game. And I think if you're CooL, I think you try to push out as much as possible and maybe build some docks. Because you're going to want to secure map control eventually. One of the problems with booming in a corner. You eventually have to secure map control. Yeah, what a shot. Lucky one, too. Nili can advance to the next stage. Still will have an advantage in that department. CooL's going to click up fairly shortly. That's not too bad. 1 for 1. CooL collected 1 relic. Hard to do when you're in a corner. And almost saw another big shot. Castle for CooL. He'll be safe for the time being. Nili going to solidify his water control. Castle won't be on the way anytime soon for Nili. That would have been a huge advantage for him if he could. So it looks like Nili probably will do Arbalest. We'll see if he's going to invest more into elephants. Probably will invest into harbors. That's why he's getting that stone for that castle. CooL doing it the Fat Slav way. Trying his best. But this is not a pure land map, and Nili recognizes that. Those wood raiders, if they come out from CooL, are not going to want to go into the middle. And honestly, maybe Malay have the advantage on this map. So maybe Nili is still in a good position. He's down 16 villagers, wow. The war galley being researched for Nili. Gonna come forward for a castle. Placement right there would be awesome. Or would it? Maybe a little further back to avoid trebuchet fire. You want the trebuchets to have to come up to the shoreline. Let's see where Nili's gonna place this thing. Gonna buy it. It's right there. Not too inland. Nili housed. He's gonna place a little too far forward. We'll build some houses first. And Imperial Age for CooL. CooL has no army really. There's a little presence down there. I like the stone walls. CooL first upgrade is Heavy Scorpion. That's literally the first upgrade, and it's not an obvious one either. Heavy Scorpion, the first upgrade from CooL. How unusual. So this will help to counter Arbalest. They'll actually be okay against elephants. I guess that's why he's chosen the Heavy Scorpion upgrade. You could go Onager. They'll certainly be better against Arbalest, but would be worse against Battle Elephants. So I guess that makes sense. Not a play I would have thought of. And some docks here could be very useful too. There's the castle for Nili. Well, the problem is CooL doesn't even know this castle exists. Wow. Such a defensive play from CooL. So CooL could be parking some trebuchets right there. But he doesn't even know that castle exists. Siege tower, it might have been a mistake. Each workshop more barracks. We're going to see a Halb and Heavy Scorpion push. Siege engineers being done. Very expensive upgrades. This castle will not survive much longer. You're going to want to get the Fur Celtica upgrade. Really going to want that upgrade. Actually going to build some trebuchets right away. Looks like this monk is preventing this dock from going up. There we go. Thalassocracy being done. This is pretty big if you can prevent that dock from going up. Here we go. Castle's almost all the way down. And this is the worst time for CooL to be housed, as he won't be able to build another trebuchet. Finally going to start to repair it, but it's way too late. Why did you wait so long for that castle? So no Fur Celtica for CooL. CooL can get another castle up pretty soon. And these Scorpions are still very formidable. They have siege engineers. They will fire faster. Good mangonel shot. And south looks to be fully walled. Well, not really. CooL is going to have to take that back map control. He's going to have to do it. There's 2 golds up in the north. There's this gold in the south. CooL, how much gold does he have to work with? He's got a good amount. So he's got some time. But eventually you'll need these 2 golds to win the game. And Thalassocracy is done. Alright, CooL. When is the time? When is the time to move out? You're going to have enough to take out the castle, so maybe Siege Ram? Maybe another castle to build some more trebuchets? Alright, CooL's going to go the Siege Ram route. He's got enough food to upgrade it. Let's see if he can get a huge shot with these Scorpions. 4 or 5 bolts can do amazing damage to this huge group. And that's good. Gonna take out a trebuchet with his own trebuchet. Let's see how this bombard cannon micro is from Nili. Alright, this could be it. This could be the game. This could be the entire series. Oh, man! Losing so many heavy Scorpions. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Those mangonels paying for themselves. Okay, now they're both down. Elephants moving in on the bottom. All the Halbs went down, or all the Halbs are in the north. They need to be in the south, killing the battle elephants. Why is the army split up by this wood line? But still, CooL. Still CooL pushing out. Has enough momentum. Has a huge army. This is terrible how he's losing so many heavy Scorpions. CooL, upgrade to Siege Ram. There we go, Siege Ram. And still has 1,000 food to spare. Has a lot of resources. I would love to see a castle. There's the castle. We need to see trebuchets. New demo rafts in there as well. So those Scorpions are doing pretty well against the elephants. Too bad we didn't see Fur Celtic. If we saw Fur Celtica earlier, maybe those Scorpions would have survived. Siege Ram's taking down the harbors. This is not enough from CooL. He needs more. CooL doing everything he can to push out. Economies are pretty even. Now it's down to tech trees. Nice trade from Nili with 1 Arbalest. Siege ramps are doing their thing. Still don't have the Fur Celtica upgrade. That's a huge upgrade if CooL can afford it. He can definitely afford it now. Here's those demos. Killing a bunch of halbs. And they could kill a bunch more here. Oh, that'll be big. Oh, that'll be okay. Oh, but there's another demo there! Nili with another demo! Too many demos! Poor halbs. Oh, actually, they're going to be able to make it. Wow. Onager being upgraded from CooL. These are expensive upgrades. CooL absolutely needs more gold than he has. Has 1,000 left here. Looks like the halbs made it. But, oh, they're going to be actually able to get in, and this could be a big raid. These are Celts, faster moving halbs. Oh no. Nili brought back his Arbalest. It looks like the momentum's been stopped from CooL. CooL will have the luxury of Onager, however, in his next push. Or actually, it looks like he cancelled it. Or it was, the Siege Workshop was destroyed, either one. There's Fur Celtica. A lot of the halbs getting cleaned up. No major economy damage done. CooL getting ready for a second push. Loading up these siege rams. This will be big if CooL can secure this gold. And that stone as well. Nili hasn't even started taking this gold. And these halbs doing good damage. Looks like the Arbalest forgot about them. Some rogue siege rams. This one's pretty fast. Could probably kill the bombard cannon. Oh, he's going after the bombard cannon. Look at him. Look at him go. He's going. Poor bombard cannon. Imagine how frightened you have to be seeing that. And look at him. Gonna get that one too. A few monks for CooL. Let's get some conversions. Killed him too quick. There we go. Onager being made from CooL. Gonna re-research it. CooL's getting just barely enough gold. He's ran out over here. Oh, there's a lot of gold on this gold rush map. There was a gold in the back. Still have a little bit of gold right there. So CooL is doing okay with gold. We might need that wood for later, so I don't know if I chop that down. He needs to get to that castle. Look how strong this army of CooL could be, though. So CooL's late game army is so strong. Maybe Nili's gonna be wanting to build more docks. There we go, castle coming up. It could get destroyed immediately by the bombard cannons. 250 HP, will it go down? 1 hit? 2 hits? Looks like it'll survive. But that was a close one. That was so risky from CooL. And Scorpion's trying to get the trebuchets, but no luck. That castle's already very low. It's almost down. Please repair that, CooL. Yeah, he's gonna repair it. Need some HP upgrades on these castles. A lot of momentum for CooL. Is Nili gonna make the switch, though? He's gonna make a switch to a stronger unit than Arbalest. I think he needs it. And castle did go down. CooL getting masonry, but way too late. GG incoming! It might be. Needs to build some more harbors to buy him some time. And it's so hard to stop Celts at this stage. I think CooL just had a lot of gold in his base. Never got raided too heavily. So many resources in this base with such a good build from CooL. He, of course, had that big mangonel shot on those crossbows, slowing down the pressure from Nili. And Nili not being able to push. Yeah, GG incoming. Goes to show you how strong Celts can be late game. So those elephants having a hard time closing. Still have a few harbors up. Bombard cannons are doing as best as they can. Onager might be a worthy upgrade for Nili. Could go Onager, two-handed swordsman, and just try to drag this game out as long as possible. Until there's no more gold in the map. But I don't think he's got the time with all these siege rams coming in. There isn't really a second wave of siege rams, so if he can kill these 4, maybe he can slow things down, and it looks like he will get them. So Nili's going to have a little bit of time without any more siege rams coming in. He'll have a little bit of time. It looks like he's going to transition to some infantry, some skirmishers, going to build cannon galleon as well. This game isn't over quite yet. And I at least would like to see what the Malay army composition can do against Celts. What Malay can do with two-handed swordsman, onager, bombard cannon. A few docks down there. And it's very important that Nili's able to keep these bombard cannons alive. This Hal, very low HP. Now the scorpions are even firing. Oh gosh. Oh, gonna lose so many bombard cannons. That's so expensive. Losing a bombard cannon, remember, is worse than losing a trebuchet. Luckily, Nili did take a lot of that extra gold in the north. And actually, CooL might be out of gold. Why is my game frozen? So CooL has 400 gold there. Taking a little bit of gold in the north. Nili going to get Forced Levy and Long Swordsman. CooL researching Stronghold and Heated Shot. I think this just might be too much. I definitely think Nili has more gold. Let's take a look at the gold count. Gold is actually even. So if CooL can take this gold, then gold will be even this entire game. Which is good for Nili because he's got all the momentum in the very expensive army. Very strong army. And now that the siege ramps are back in, now Nili's running out of time once again. He'll be losing his base pretty soon. Nili even losing a lot of villagers, and it looks like CooL will advance to the next stage. He was the favorite in this matchup. I think that Nili put up a really good fight. I think he'll feel pretty okay about himself, taking 2 games from CooL. And the Malay civ choice was pretty good. But this game was played just the way the Celts like to play it. Boom up back in the base, get all your upgrades, and then push out. Alright, it's up to these 3 bombard cannons to snipe off all of these onagers, monks, and heavy scorpions. Let's see if they can do it. Gonna kill 2. I'm gonna kill 1. Now even Halberdier raiding CooL. CooL's gonna build a few buildings down in the south as well. Looks like the Sea-Treads might be able to handle the bumper cannons on their own. Anything going down here? Not too much. Let's see if Dishonor can kill these bombard cannons. Only 2 left. But Nili's running out of space. We even have... Oh, that's a siege workshop. Still scary to see. Elts player in your own base. C-Tram won't get one. Cool. Nili's still with his castle up there. Maybe he's hanging on to some hope because of that. Trying to deny this gold. That's very important. Half of it is mined out, however. Nili's still pushing forward. Using those trebuchets to take out all the buildings of Nili. Villager count is even. Military count is 20 in favor of CooL. Again, just a much better quality. Map control completely in favor of CooL. CooL even going to build a town center in the south. Eventually this game will be, they'll be competing over the woods. And CooL will be moving on to the next round of the tournament. In the Aspiring Experts tournament. Skirmisher still lacking the last armor upgrade. Last bombard cannon going down. There's 2 more in the north. But Nili's not mining any gold any longer, so he won't be able to replace them. Meanwhile, CooL with 900 gold in the bank, 4,000 wood, 3,000 food. Very good for him. Even some Halbs raiding in the south. Little gold for Nili, I guess. Wow, look good for Nili in the earlier, and then the Celts happened. The heavy Scorpion play from CooL, I think, was an ingenious first upgrade to get. Yeah, the demo ship's strat didn't play off. It almost paid off. It's high risk, high reward. Almost got a hit on those archers. But I think the turning point was losing all of those archers to the Megano accidentally. And GG, well played. There we go. We're going to advance to the next round. Nili's saying good luck next round. And there we go. Great showing from both players. Very even series. And CooL advanced to the next round. Alright, thanks everyone for being with me on this day of Aspiring Experts. I'll be back later on to cast... by casting. So later on will be 21 GMT Dracont versus Pete Martell. That'll be in 6 hours from now, about. And I'll find someone to host. This is a Voobly official sponsored tournament. If you'd like to support the tournament, please donate to our channel, where we can host future tournaments such as this one. And let's find someone to host. No problem. Happy to cast for you guys. Oh, and Demrise just went live. Lucky of us. So I'm going to host him. So I'm going to host Demise Red. He was a former caster on the channel. We have a good relationship with him. He casted yesterday, Aspiring Experts with us. He'll be casting more in the future. And he's going to be hosting his big Demise Red quarterfinals today. First game will be Back T versus Tim. This is for a good amount of money on the arena maps that he'll be playing on, that he'll be casting. So I'll send it over to him. Take care. See you in 6 or 7 hours.